nongyalam kaliang persya ubadeiru umintri rangba berim Dr Mukul sangma hakasni palei ula dawa ban pelong biang dak weipat ke written exam nak benta ki kam baper hakatrat pulit ke jela hadien ke jingkeno baka Central Recruitment Board CRB kam shamala ban penyat kat kum ki kendon ban penti kena ya ka jingle hok hakan ke jingpenrong kam baro kawei ngan sa tho sha chairman ka CRB Meghalaya Police halor ka ni ka phang ban penti kena bade ban pelong biang dak weipat ka written exam nak benta ka ni ka jingpenrong kam Pulit haki kerdan baper ong Dr Mukul habakran shakilat pathai kwar kani ka jingdawa ka jongu kalawan long hadien bak CRB hakalai trik jilio kala pelat ya ukurwo ka bakerpat ikinong khon kam bakin pha ki application ki jing ujor jing modui ni kino kini ki benta ki bayade bak written test ka barang shudap halaneshwa ka henrio trik jilio arjar arpasan ya ka ba ha ka jingsngo jongu kalong markhong pong ya ka jingpen bana bala penmi ha ka henrio trik ber arjar arpasau ka bala kedau shai ha ka para khatpra ka baong ki nongya khon kam ki la ban shak kentat ha ka no ko benta jong jing penrong kam namar ka jingbam ya kat kum karukom tre kam bala bu ka jingbam ai purai ka jingtem ka jingbam penbiang purai ka sernan ka jingpen pau baklai ka jing shisha bat ki wei bat deban le kat kum ka an hakum ki ni jat kam ka CRB ha ukurwa kalaong namar baya ka written test lala ban pendam ka office ka CRB ka dunia ka jing thmu ban bishar bania ki answer script bat OMR sheet jong baro ki kendai tali ki center tho eksam da ka jing thmu ban penklo ya ka kam khenang ban la ban penbana kham klo ya ka result Henry namar ka jingya wan ki jingar pat ban penbet ya ki application bala pendap bakla ya ki roll number series bat ki wei kum ta ki kam ki la suki no Mano bakot ya kini ki application hatu kadon kano kono ke kendon ni kino ya kun ban a ya kino kini jing tho hakabaya de bat kan ka benta hatu ka recruitment policy ka sha ya kani bu jingkeli u Dr Mukul ngampat ju yo ya ka bakum kan ka jing thungkam ka bala pen tho bria da kum kini jing tuklar kade ka jing tuklar ha baro ka jing penrong kam baro kawei mano bala a ya kani ka hukum sha chairman ka CRB lani hatu kade ka rashimet jongka hang tu la kedau ha ka notice bagi kendon ki bom sham la ai ki roll number ki badela ni ki wei ki la ban ai la ka jing tho na ka benta ka jing pen ben ula bu jingkeli na luar kata menteri rangba berim ula keno baka sarkar kalapan mi yakum kini ki rukam jingja ha ka jing trai kam khanang ban yo thungkam ya ki bre ki badan jinga dei bat ki badan man ha ka ni ka jing thungkam baro kawei da ka ba ongru kani ka jingjia kala penmi ke jingkan tho baper link bakiran san social media ngala pule ya baro ke jingkan tho ki ba mi link ba uni ukurbo bala penmi dak CRB ha ka ba kila mi ke jingkan no ba hagi kattu ka ni na kini ke jing thong kam ki don ki breu ki ba up exam ki bala rap ikinong ya khon kam ki ba tho ki exam jongki ula ong dak ba dawa na ki bor bdek mi ban shim khya ki ba kum kini ke jingkan no
I would like to express my deep concern with utmost sense of seriousness and sense of responsibility towards the overall development that has unfolded in the whole recruitment process adopted by the Central Recruitment Board of Meghalaya Police. Now, we are all aware of the fact that an advertisement to that effect for recruitment to fill up various vacancies in the Meghalaya Police Department was notified, rather advertised on the 6th of March 2024. And in the notification itself, it has reflected that the whole entire recruitment process will be conducted as per the revised uniform guidelines for recruitment of police personnel in Meghalaya Police by the issued office memorandum dated 1st December 2023. And as you are aware, whenever an advertisement for recruitment is given through its official advertisement, all the various parameters required to be followed must be in sync, in conformity with the set guidelines, and because the set guidelines becomes the rules, because the set guidelines are again based on the mandate of the law, and in the instant case it is the Meghalaya Police Act 2010, which is the law which provides this overall responsibility and mandate for recruitment, based on which you also have the transparent recruitment policy adopted by the government. Because the law requires the whole recruitment policy to be completed by adopting this transparent recruitment policy. Now, if you go by the general instruction at para 18 general instructions, as per this notification dated 6 March 2024, I will refer to only one particular specific para of general instruction, which refers to para 18 10. It reads like this: the candidates will be summarily rejected at any stages of recruitment process for not conforming to the official format, oblique having incomplete information, oblique wrong information, oblique incomplete submission of certificate, oblique misrepresentation of facts, oblique impersonation, and necessary legal action will be initiated in such cases as applicable. So this is the operational part in as far as the general instruction is concerned, which I would like to refer to, which contradicts which is contradicted by the press release issued by the Central Recruitment Board, Meghalaya Police. I must say that this has generated substantial quantum of suspicion about the integrity of the Central Recruitment Board, Meghalaya Police, in fulfilling its responsibility to ensure a transparent recruitment exercise as per the set guidelines. Because if you look at the press release, you will see the content of the press release, which was made available to all our friends from media, and it's also available in the social media page of the citizens. In fact, this particular press release has become a matter of debate, and narratives which are circulating are not pleasant. These narratives reflect the doubt of the people of the state as a whole pertaining to the fairness of the whole recruitment process. Tell me one thing: which process of examination ever conducted by various authorities which are mandated with the whole power for recruitment to fill up vacancies have ever resorted to this kind of exercise? I have seen earlier which drew my attention, which was pertaining to the recruitment of Meghalaya Civil Services Preliminary Examination 22-23. At that point of time also, I have expressed my concern lest it becomes a precedence. Now today, what I can comprehend and thereby share my concern is that this government has apparently, to my understanding, scripted this modus operandi to engage in nepotism, in favoritism, in the whole process of recruitment. Now, if you go by the various narratives that is being generated in the social media, it will naturally draw the attention of our citizens of the state and will definitely draw the concern of responsible citizens and responsible leaders. Rather, it should draw the attention and concern of every sensible citizen of the state. I have gone through the various comments, the comments which is based on the reaction which came out as an offshoot of this press release by the Central Recruitment Board, Meghalaya Police. Now, in this whole narrative, there are allegations that in some of the recruitment centers, the people on duty at the time of this written examination in some of the centers were found assisting the competing candidates. And this particular concern is reflected in overall narrative, which is part and parcel of the comments which is available in the relevant social media page. Therefore, there is a reason for all of us to see that this kind of allegations in the whole process of recruitment, which should have its own sanctity, and therefore the trust and confidence of the people, particularly the competing candidates, should not be somehow subjected to this doubt and therefore suspicion, and therefore the resultant questioning of the integrity of the whole recruitment process. I, after having gone through all these narratives, and also some of the candidates who have met me to personally confide in me that yes, during the time of the written examination in some of the centers, the people who were supposed to ensure compliance of all the competing candidates as per the general instruction at the time of conducting of exam were not adhered to, and rather they facilitated the complete environment where the candidates, the competing candidates, the aspiring candidates who were appearing in the exam were found to be given, supported rather, with all the necessary answers for some of the identified candidates. These are allegations, but these allegations are available in the social media page. Therefore, there is a reason to definitely go beyond just discussion. This can happen only when this whole process of recruitment, which definitely is questionable now in terms of its integrity in the whole process. I have not seen any recruitment process which has been somehow defiled by this kind of intervention. It is an intervention in the whole recruitment process. And who has given this order to this chairman of the CRB? Or is it his own decision? Where is it indicated in the notice that in the event of candidates not having furnished any correct roll numbers or etc., will be able to submit any further petition for correction? So this is nothing but the whole sanctity of the whole process of examination is now questionable. Therefore, the doubt that is generated in the minds of these competing candidates have to be taken into consideration before anything else. The doubt, even if they make the best of efforts to ensure integrity now, the doubt has been already generated, the suspicion already generated. The whole effort to ensure the integrity in the whole process of recruitment is definitely questionable now in the minds of every participating candidates. and in the mind of every policymaker, in the mind of all the concerned citizens. You have to understand the magnitude of the fallout of this kind of carelessness in the whole process of recruitment to fill up any vacancy in government sector. Because if the process of recruitment to fill up any vacancy, the whole process is seen as compromised from the perspective of the integrity of the whole recruitment process, then the competing candidates who have failed will have reasons to fret, resulting in frustration, anger, and lack of faith and confidence in the whole system can fuel anger and rebellion. You will have a chaotic society. I have seen it in the past, how many of the youths thought they were victims of government's nepotism. They were victims of the lack of a process which is considered as fully equipped to ensure integrity in the whole process of recruitment. This was considered as one of the reasons where it allowed, I have seen the overall comment on the social media page also, where they say that unless somebody is related to politician, unless somebody is related to government officers, then what will happen to us who are not having this connection? These are questions. And these questions will not be confined to only this one process of recruitment. It goes beyond. And therefore, I have to say that this whole exercise, which has been resorted to by the Central Recruitment Board of the Meghalaya Police, have failed to instill trust and confidence and have failed to conform to all the parameters required to be fulfilled by them in the whole process till date, in as far as ensuring the integrity in the whole recruitment process. Must be declared null and void in as far as the written exams are concerned, and the competing candidates must be called to appear this written exam afresh. I also would like to draw the attention of everyone concerned here in the whole process, which is to be adhered to by the recruitment board, in as far as the publication of result of tests at every stage of the recruitment process is concerned, for ensuring absolute integrity of the entire process of recruitment. This whole responsibility is binding on the Central Recruitment Board. Therefore, let us not take it for granted that this narrative will only remain as narrative, because the quantum of narrative directed towards doubting the overall integrity of the entire process of recruitment must be taken cognizance of. I'll be writing to the chairman of the CRB, Meghalaya Police, to this effect, to ensure that this whole examination process, in as far as the written examination for this recruitment for different categories of posts is concerned, must be reconducted. Please also refer to this particular rule vis-a-vis the contradiction which is available in its press release, asking or rather inviting petition for correction of whatever datas. If you go by, if you read this of the chairman CRB, we will have a clarity on this. Where have I put? I'm sure you all have, because this is a press release issued by the chairman of the Central Recruitment Board, Meghalaya Police. It reads like this. This is for general information to candidates. As the written test has been successfully completed, the CRB office is contemplating on the careful examination of answer scripts and OMR sheets of all the different 9 examinations with an aim to speed up the process in order to declare the results early. However, due to pouring applications requesting correction of wrongly entered roll numbers, series, etc., the process is slowed down. Who has called for this application? Who has called for this application? That due to pouring applications requesting correction of wrongly entered roll numbers and series, etc., the process is slowed down. Is there any provision for the candidates to submit any petition to that regard, to that direction? Does the recruitment policy provide this? This is one. Then another one. Therefore, it is requested to all concerned candidates to kindly submit with applications, complaints, petitions, representations, or any other issues pertaining to the recently conducted written test on or before the 6th June 2025.